Welcome back to Time Freedom Daily. This is your spot to get the daily nuggets from everything from investing to let's talk about motivation. Let's talk about crypto. We've got it all here. So tune in every day and we're going to find out what we got going on here. So, Chris, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about Motivation Monday, which I love because that's, like your shirt says, mindset is everything. It all kind of starts there. And you guys, I actually put a note up to remind myself to tell you to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel and share it, all that. So yeah, how's the markets looking today?
I don't know. Pull that chart up. I think it's looking pretty good.
Your green light on.
It is. Well, Bitcoin is in the green. There are definitely a few coins that are in the red today, but Bitcoin is definitely up. You can see the 1 hour, the 24-hour, and the 7-day. We're still looking fairly green across the board. Ethereum did dip a little bit today, but that's, a lot of times you're going to see Bitcoin kind of go forward first. Ethereum may get hit a little bit. People moving their money into Bitcoin, but then Ethereum follows right back around. Binance Coin's having another good day, another platform, another layer one. Cardano's down. Both you and I know I'm probably a million other people are waiting for that thing to explode. And I think we were talking about it earlier, just listen to the sentiment of a lot of the other experts on YouTube that people are just waiting for activity to really happen on Cardano, the platforms and the programs and the dApps being built on top of it to launch and to see where the activity goes. Because the more usage needed on that layer one, the more activity and the more coins are going to be needed to support that activity. So I believe, as you said before, we're coiling. We're in that consolidation pattern, and we should see an explosion. I mean, this is the fourth quarter, and we all know what's going to happen in the fourth quarter, and it's going to be exciting. But we talked about it on Friday. We weren't absolutely sure. We heard the rumblings of the ETFs being approved, and now we definitely have a confirmation of two futures-based Bitcoin ETFs that are going to be launched on the NASDAQ here coming up in the next few days. So we're hoping that might pop the market, or we may have seen the growth so far in Bitcoin, kind of like buying the rumor and then maybe selling the news. We might see a little dip. We don't know. But we do know there's going to be momentum. Momentum is going to be building in the crypto market, and that happens across the board. When Bitcoin goes, the rest of the altcoins are going to follow, and we should see a lot of money being interjected in there. So where are we at on the traditional markets today?
Traditional markets they've been kind of green and then red, then green and red. They're all pretty flat. I mean, the Dow Jones is down 0.05%. NASDAQ is up 0.5%, and the S&P is up 0.2%. So,
Gotcha.
when you're talking about a $4,400 S&P, for it to be up $9, it can go either way today. But you know what? It's not down, so we're taking that as a win.
Right. I see Tesla is up 2%. Yeah. Sweet.
Another big day for Tesla. They've just been killing it lately. Look at that. So
I see Riot. Riot is a crypto mining company that's up 8% today. Exactly. That's looking pretty strong. Markets overall are flat, but you're going to definitely see certain segments that are going to move faster than others. That's the market in a nutshell. We're happy with what we're seeing. It's kind of, we know what's happening. We kind of know what's moving forward, what to expect in the crypto market. We know there's trillions of dollars going to be being infused into this market, and we're excited to see where these numbers go. So, Chris, why don't you start us off with some of the things we're talking about? Something I know it's really strong in your mind and your heart about motivation and the steps into getting motivated, but systematically.
That's it. And when I think back, whether you're intentional about goals or not, goals are playing a part in your mind. And I think when you get either fed up with where you're at, like I did, it's because your life isn't meeting those goals that are in your head. And so when you decide to jump out in the world of entrepreneurship and you're going to change your life, it's really good to set some goals and set effective goals. And we were lucky John and I were lucky enough in one of the companies we work with, they had a motivational speaker named Brian Tracy come on Zoom and speak to our company just itself. We had a private hour-and-a-half long Zoom with Brian Tracy, who's incredible. He's written New York Times best-selling books on goal setting, and I jotted down pages of notes, and I just picked out a couple of the best nuggets that I think he dropped, just talking about goals because they are so important. Like they kind of say, if you don't know where you're going, you're going to get there, or you're not going to get there. That's kind of very kind of sums up what goals can do for you. And one of the things, I don't think it was him, I think somebody else broke goals down, and they call it SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Now, if all your goals have all of those 5 things, then it's an effective goal. It's a goal that is going to mean something to you. Specific means, like, it can't just be, I want to lose weight by December. Because if you lose 1 pound by December, well, there you go. You do want it to be as specific as possible. Measurable. Again, for it to be effective, you can't just speak out into the universe, a rough term, because that's what the universe is going to give you. But if you say, I want to lose 10 pounds by December, or better yet, what Brian Tracy said is, if you're 150 and you want to be 140, you say, I weigh 140 in December. You make it in the present term. You don't say, I'm going to weigh 140. You say, I weigh 140 by December this year. And just the change, that phrasing changes how your brain saves that information and how your brain is going to work towards that information. So pretty amazing how that works. Achievable, you don't want to set a goal that is so lofty that it's not achievable. An achievable goal is really important because us as human beings, we like to celebrate. We like to feel happy. And so setting even smaller goals on the way to your bigger goal so you can check that off as a win, that is huge in changing your mindset. If you keep setting goals that you're never reaching and you're always failing, what do you think that does to your feeling and how you are waking up and how you're going towards these goals if you're just constantly failing them? Relevant, kind of speaks to itself. If your goal isn't relevant to, your end destination, then why are you pursuing that goal in the first place? And time bound, because if you just, again, speak to the universe that you want to lose 10 pounds, there's no timeliness to it. Your brain isn't going to be working towards that. And you really want to get to the subconscious magic of what goal setting can do. And it really doesn't have to be conscious. Your subconscious is incredible. And if you set your subconscious up, man, that's when the magic starts to happen, and you start to see little things each day, and you're like, wow, that's pretty amazing. Well, that is your subconscious remembering all those steps and all those goals. What do you think, John?
Look, I love everything about this because so many people, they're going around without a roadmap. They don't have anything that's going to direct them in one place or another. So what you started off with by saying is that if you go somewhere, you may get there, but if you don't know where the destination is, right, you're going to go somewhere, but you don't necessarily know exactly where that destination is. So having a roadmap and setting these specific goals with achievable locations or limits allows you to have those small victories on the way to the big goal, right? You may have 15 goals that you set that will help you get to the end achievable goal. And, having those steps allows you to move forward in a more systematic way, as I mentioned. But, this is all great information because you have to set those things. So, what you're saying so far is right on the money. So continue, please.
Absolutely. So what Brian did, he gave us a little list, and maybe I'll try and put this in the comments or jot it down so you guys can have this, but he gave us a little list of how to do this. Step 1 is decide exactly what you want. Like really, think about it. Think long and hard, and don't make a quick answer. We always talk about what's your why, but dig a little deeper than that. You know, if your why is to be home with your kids, well, why that why? Dig a little deeper. Well, I want to be, I want to be able to be there when they need me. I want to be able to, enhance their lives, whatever it is, and then go deeper than that. Keep asking yourself why that why that why. Go deeper until you decide what you really want. And this can be for anything. Like if you even, like I said, if you want to lose weight, if you want to be able to quit your job, if you want to create a cryptocurrency portfolio where you can retire in a couple of years, decide exactly what you want and then write it down. Writing it down is key. We used to say the term, if you think it, ink it. Because once you write it down, that changes things in your brain. It actually chemically changes things in your brain. They've proven this. If you don't write it down, it's just a wish. It's just a dream. It hasn't become a goal yet. You haven't made it real. So writing it down makes it concrete. And then put that somewhere where you see it all the time. It's very important that you look at that and you remember, because that is going to reset your intentions, all the time. Every time you see that, you're going to be like, yes, that is on my goal. I have a vision board. I don't know if you guys like vision boards, but I have some of my goals written down on even little, whatever, like little pieces of paper. You can write down a goal, put it on your vision board. And goals can change. Sometimes your goals get bigger. Sometimes your goals get smaller. But don't be afraid to change it. But write it down. If you think it, ink it. Right?
Love it. Love it.
Set a deadline, like I said, or set sub deadlines. So you can have a master deadline. Well, I want to have X in my portfolio 12 months from now. All right. Well, so what does that look like? What are you going to have added to your portfolio each month? What do you need to add to your portfolio each week? Break those break the big deadline down into sub deadlines. Makes it a lot more manageable instead of you looking at a huge thing. I'm vegetarian. I don't eat animals, but the old thing is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You can't just look at a whole elephant and gobble them all down. You eat one bite at a time. You take little bites. So deadlines and sub deadlines. Number 4, make a list of all the tasks needed to reach your goal. Again, very important. If and this gets back to the point of really thinking about your goal. Some people just put up, like, I want to be a millionaire. Well, we all do, that's not rocket science, but really break it down into what you want to do, what's attainable, what's achievable a year from now, 5 years from now, like wherever your terms are, and then start thinking about, well, if you want to get there, what's it going to take to get there? If I want to quit my job, what do I really need to make an income to be able to quit my job? What is it really, what is that going to take? And then break it down into, like, well, I'm going to have more time, so I can start doing this, but start making a list of all those tasks, and it'll start to make sense to you. Once you have that list of tasks, step number 5 is organizing that list into a plan. So again, you take that whole list of all your tasks and you got to start to make a plan. Well, you know what? I need to, I want to build this portfolio. I want to start off with, maybe I'll start off with Bitcoin, and a month from now, once I've educated myself and invested in myself, and I know some of these other things that are really happening, NFTs and all kinds of the play to earn games, everything that's hot right now. As you learn about those, maybe your plan is to then take some of your Bitcoin holdings and move it into some of this other stuff. It's a little more risky. You might gain, but that's how you're going to get to your plan. But organize that list into a bunch of plans or a plan. Number 6, take action on the plan. That's huge. So many people make a goal, and that's why you don't want to set a goal that's too lofty. Like I said, I know a lot of people that say, I want to be a millionaire, but then they don't ever take any steps or any action to get there. They think they do. They're like, well, I put it on my vision board. How come $1 million hasn't fallen on my lap? It doesn't happen if you don't take action towards that plan and take action towards all those steps, and you're starting to see how all of this works together. You've broken down your big goal into deadlines, into sub deadlines. You have some tasks that you want to do. You're going to work on them every day. It starts to make sense. Number 7, which I just kind of said, is the final one that he said: do something every single day that moves you towards your goal. And that is it. Both John and I started, we had 9-to-5s when we decided to become entrepreneurs. And it was hard. Like some days I was working my 9-to-5, which turned into 9-to-6, 9-to-7, 9-to-8. Some days I would still have to get home, change my mindset, change my mood. I would have to try and find my happy and excited place to start working on my side gig that was gonna grow to be enough where I could start investing from my side gig that was gonna free me up from my 9-to-5. But every single day I was doing something towards my goal, whether I wanted to or not. And that was key. There were a lot of days where I was like, F this. Like, I had a rough day. I'm not in the right mindset. I don't want to, I don't want to interact with people, but when your goal is bigger than your excuses, you find a way, right, John?
For sure, absolutely. So great nuggets, man.
Doing something every day is big for you. So yeah,
absolutely. I'm going to break it down. Chris just gave you an amazing action plan from start to finish. How to break it down, set it up with structure, right? But the most important thing, and I'm going to get totally serious with you right now. If you don't do anything, it's not going to work. You can't just wish it into existence, right? You have to take time and put the work in because it's not easy. And that's what really stops people in their tracks. Success is dressed up in a suit and it looks like work, and they're like, nope, I don't want to do it. It's not for me. I already work hard enough. Being an entrepreneur is not just getting rid of a 9-to-5. What you're really doing is turning a 9-to-5 into an 8-to-10. That's what you're going to have to do. That's what you're going to have to do for a long time to get to where you're at a point where you have, right under our pictures there, time, freedom on a daily basis. I run my day now because I worked my complete and utter butt off for years to get what I wanted that I have today. Same thing with Chris. He worked his butt off 10, 12, 14-hour days because he had to. My house was on fire. I think Chris's house was on fire. He made a choice to do something. And I don't necessarily mean that our house was literally on fire. But if you don't see fire around you, or if your child is not missing, you're not going to go look for them. Mm-hmm. If your child is missing, you're going to do whatever it is possible to go find your child. That is what entrepreneurship is. You have to act like your child is missing. You have to do whatever it takes, going door to door, talking to person, whatever you need to do to find out where your child is. So many people know that their child is safely in their bedroom, on their iPad, or watching TV, and they're comfortable on the couch. Mm-hmm. Get off the darn couch. You have to take action. You have to clear your mind of mind trash. What do I mean by mind trash? Telling yourself, because you heard your 5 best friends tell you that what you're doing is not going to work. So you start thinking to yourself, man, maybe it's not going to work. And you fill yourself with mind trash that stops you in your tracks. I've seen it a million times. I've had people, and I know Chris has had the same experience, come into our side hustle business, try it for 2 weeks. They talk to their 10 best friends or family members. 9 of them say no. And they're like, well, if my best friends aren't going to do it and my dad doesn't support me, then maybe I don't want to do this. Well, how does that help you get your goals, right? You're not the only one that has put a goal in front of you that is probably the same goal as 1,000 other people. And maybe only 50 of those 1,000 people have made it and 950 have given up. Why do you got to be 951?
Right.
Be 51, right? Be the one that takes the action. And I'm going to tell you, especially in side hustles, side hustle that Chris and I are in, you're going to find that your people closest to you are the first ones that are going to say no. And you're going to find complete strangers or acquaintances you've known for years that maybe you just talk a few times on Facebook. Those are the ones that you're going to tap into that you thought, maybe I'll reach out to that person later, that are going to change your life. That's the God's honest truth. The people around you in your circle want you to stay exactly where you're at. So you've got to block it out. You've got to stop listening to your next door neighbor who knows absolutely nothing about success and what you want to do. You need to surround yourself with people that have been there before you and have sacrificed what they needed to sacrifice, and attach yourself to them. They say that you will become number 6 of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Well, what did I do? And I know Chris did the same thing. He surrounded himself with successful people. I surrounded myself with successful people. You know, Chris talked about a vision board. For 15 years, I worked for a large commercial landscape company. And I would walk into my boss's office for meetings or talks or updates or whatever. And all on his walls would be trips to the Mount Everest, to Bali, to, his office was for 15 years, was my vision board. And I got in there, and I remember him, because I left the company 3 times for other opportunities. I left the right way each and every time. I gave notice. I said, thank you very much for having me. I need to try something else. Unfortunately, I've asked for a raise. You're not able to give it to me right now. I understand. Instead of putting you in a bad position with us, in a personal level, I'm going to try another thing. And sometimes those things don't work out, right? Yep. I remember our first stream. One of my biggest quotes was, moving on from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. Yes. Well, that's me. That's Chris. That's what successful people do. Successful people fail over and over and over again. So I would leave the company and I would come back. Hey, do you still have a job for me? You know who I am. I'm going to treat the company like it's my own, and treat your customers like they're my own. And of course, they had me back 3 different times. But every time I would go back into that office, it would remind me my house is still on fire, because here I am back working my 9 to 5. And I have not achieved my goal yet. Right? I mean, that's what a 40 hour job is a week. It's a trap, so that you're building somebody else's dream and somebody else's life, so that they can go on a trip to Mount Everest and Bali and Jamaica and an African safari and all these things that were all over his wall, smacking me in the face. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't hate. It wasn't resentment. It was disappointment in myself that I don't have those pictures on my wall for my personal self. And that is what motivates me. You got to find what motivates you. You got to get in your mindset that you can achieve whatever it is you set your mind to. You absolutely can achieve it. It just might take some time. The number 1 reason people fail in their life's journey towards success is lack of patience. They want to go to the gym for a week. They want to diet for a week, and they want to see 6-packs, right? It's not happening. I've been in the gym constantly for 2 years, and I don't have a 6-pack yet, and it's because I have not focused on my diet completely. I've gotten close, but then I fall off they look pretty good right now. Let me have a cheat meal. That turns into a cheat week. That turns into a cheat month. It's what it is. You are the one that's going to derail you. It's not going to be somebody else and what they say, because you can choose to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. You could put your mind to whatever it is you want to achieve, but you have to do it. If it's going to be, it's up to me. It's not anybody else. I've seen so many people get into a network marketing company or another type of side hustle, and you know who they're blaming? Their upline support. Oh, you're not there to support me all the time. Oh, you're not, blah, 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 blah. If it's going to be, it's up to me. All the tools are there. Surround yourself with more people than just one, right? Attach yourself to 5 or 6 successful people and tap into their information, because not every one of them is going to be exactly the same in their mindset. They're going to have different ways of doing it. So I immerse myself with successful people, whether it's books, audio, podcasts, YouTube videos, people in life. You've got to put yourself in a position to be successful in what you do by the information that you're surrounding yourself. But the most important thing is you have to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Get off of the darn couch because your house is on fire and your child is missing. If you don't have that mindset, you're not going to really win. Will you have some small successes? Absolutely. And that's what you want. I am utterly happy for you. Absolutely happy for you, because successes are they're not measured in financial dollars. They're not measured in anything other than what your personal beliefs are. But if you truly want to have time freedom and your finances are in order to where you can do what you need to do, you're investing for the future. You're investing in like we talked about on Friday, maybe some investment properties that you don't need a whole lot of money down to do. Do something to set yourself up, but you got to take action. And that's it. You got to clear your mind of the mind trash of the other people around you talking all kinds of garbage that you're not going to succeed. You got to clear it. You got to put your blinders on. And most importantly, you got to have patience. Patience in yourself and patience in people around you, because people are not going to buy into you immediately. Maybe some will. Maybe some people will really, truly have your back. But most people that are in your circle that are friends want you to stay the exact same person that you are, right? There's that meme out there. It's got
100%.
that caterpillar. It's in its cocoon, and all of a sudden it's a butterfly, and the person there is sitting there as a caterpillar saying, "Oh my God, you've changed." Well, yeah, I want to grow. I want to go through life and grow and make progress, right? Absolutely. This is what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to get stuck in cement feet and stay where we are ever. I've lost a ton of friends, and some I'm sad about, because I thought they were my friends for life, but they didn't understand my journey, and they didn't understand why I was trying to grow and to become better. And that's okay. But, that's a whole nother stream for another day. But, I just wanted to leave you with that is the most important thing. You got to take action, of course, but you got to have patience in yourself and others, because it's not going to happen overnight. It's not that goes with investing, that goes with crypto, that goes with success stories and your entrepreneurship, that goes with your side hustle. You're going to fail. You got to get yourself up time and time again and keep that enthusiasm that you had from the first failure and keep that going. And I guarantee you're going to get somewhere. It may not be exactly where you want to be at that moment, but you're going to get there, because, I had people that told me, Chris, why are you doing it again? Why are you trying again?
Right.
You failed the last time. Why are you doing it again? You're just going to fail again.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know I got something more in me.
Yep.
I believe it.
You were still taking bites out of that elephant.
Every day, maybe 2 bites, but so that's where I got, man. You heard from Chris, you got the small steps, the structure. You got something from me where you just got to go. You just got to go, and you got to do it, and surround yourself with the best people. And pretty soon they're going to rub off on you, and you're going to become what you want to be.
You're right. I love that.
Final thoughts, Chris?
Remember to like this, smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, share it out. This was, there were some nuggets in this stream. And I know, I share this on my Facebook, and people are constantly in my inbox just saying, thank you. I really need to hear that. So, share it out, and, even take some of these ideas and you help somebody out, because helping somebody feel amazing, helping somebody change their world is an incredible feeling, an incredible gift. And, the world needs more of this, especially right now.
Absolutely. That was one thing I wanted to say when I was talking, but I'm just going to end with it. It is the fact that if you're not trying to help others, you're not going to help yourself, right? You've got to put out into the universe your love and your help to other people. And I promise you, if you sit still, you're not trying to help somebody other than yourself, well, you might be that person that's going to be talking, and negativity all the time because things aren't working out for you. Yep. Focus on others and helping others. And that's why Chris and I put together this channel. We want to help as many people that are going to watch this with whatever help we can. At this moment, Chris and I aren't making a dime for this. This is our time because we want to help others. We want to set the groundwork for people to put together the steps they need to get to success, and whatever that is. And we're going to cover many different topics, and motivation and what it takes to be motivated and stay motivated is definitely
Mm.
dear to our heart. And Chris, I want to tell you that I appreciate you, my friend, and
Yeah.
I'm glad to be doing this with you.
I am blessed to be able to do this with you as well. So we will end it there, you guys, and we will see you tomorrow for Crypto Tuesday. And remember to share this out. We'll see you guys soon.